CQ. Hello, CQ. CQ, the old friends net. Time for it's a Sunday edition of the Old Friends Get Together, and the old friends meet 3 times a week. Right now, Sundays, 5 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Get off the frequency.
3715, give or take vintage gear. The Old Friends is carried out in the amplitude modulation mode only and the round table fashion. I'll take check-ins a couple times throughout the net, make sure we don't miss anybody. And this is a great place to swap gear or get some information about something you might be restoring. So, for those wishing to participate, please give W4MEC a call. Come now.
Good afternoon, Charlie. WA4LLR.
N4LQ.
WB4A.
KN4R.
KJ4B.
WB4NKL.
Q1BBC.
November 4 Alpha Kilo.
WA4FJQ. Okay. So far we've got Dave, WA4LLR, Steve, N4LQ, Buddy, WB4ARK, Brian, KN4R, John, KZ4B, Cliff, WB4NKL, John, K1VVC, Glenn, N4AK, Boone, WA4EVK, and Tom, WA4FJQ. And there was a station that doubled with Boone, but Boone is like 95 over 10 here and totally obliterated that. So who was the person that I missed? Come now.
Jimmy.
Okay, I'm going to put tail end Jimmy here, okay, K4JAL. Any further check-ins around one? No, okay. That's interesting. Where's my... Okay, so before we see the Old Friends, and here's our lineup here, and the order we will run in that so far. LLR, LQ, ARK, for Roger, for Bravo, NKL, VVC, AK, EVK, FJQ, and Alpha Lima, or JAL, not Alpha Lima. Anyway, good afternoon, and we've got about 76 degrees. We had a good downpour, about an inch of rain, and it was actually heavier in town than we were downtown. We decided we were going to a Subway sandwich, and it was pouring so much we decided we didn't want to get out of the car, so we started heading home, and all of a sudden it cleared up and stopped, so we made a U-turn and got a Subway sandwich. Boy, it was our streets were flooded and the giant puddles everywhere, so hydroplane city if you didn't have any good tread. So anyway, right now the sun's out and turning the area here into a steam bath as all the rain starts to evaporate here. So let's get started with Dave, WA4LLR, W4MEC.
Okay, Charlie, fine business, W4MEC. And the Old Friends, WA4LLR. Good afternoon to everybody. It's about 78 degrees and mostly overcast here in the eastern part of Yancey County. Running the Harvey Wells TVS 50D, receiving on the Drake 2A. Little help from this B220, about 150 watts or a little better. And doing something different, running a DDS VFO. Thought I'd see how that worked today. Anyway, let's see what else is going on. Appreciate Steve picking up the net Thursday while my wife and I skedaddled out to the western part of the state. Spent a couple of days celebrating my birthday and our 55th wedding anniversary. So that's pretty much what's going on here. We had a similar experience, Charlie, as you. We decided we'd head over to the Chinese restaurant in Spruce Pine after lunch, and about the time we arrived, the heavens opened and the floodgates tore loose. So we sat in the car for a good while waiting for it to slack, and when it finally slowed to just a torrent, we made a dash for the door. And of course, as soon as we got in and got seated, the sun came out. But at least we got a good Chinese meal. Down to you, Steve. Hope things are going well in Shelby. N4LQ, WA4LLR.
Okay, WA4LLR, N4LQ. Yeah, things are going pretty good down here. It's hot, 90 degrees, and just a few puffy clouds. We haven't had any rain for a couple of days, so looking pretty good. Been looking at the grass. It won't be long till I need to cut it again. And I noticed I was out there today, and the deer have been eating on our bushes. They just about ate up the snowball bush, whatever you call that thing. I don't know what to do about it, but they like to come early in the morning before I get out of bed and nibble on things right before dawn, I believe. I'm running the Collins 32V3 and the 75A4 loop antenna, and getting a lot of static from just south of us down around Rock Hill, and that's where it was yesterday. And boy, it was a murder last night. It was really strong here, but not so bad over where Charlie and them are, so it's kind of strange. But anyhow, I'll go ahead and turn it over to Buddy. WB4ARK, N4LQ.
N4LQ, WB4ARK. Well, I thought there was a problem with the antenna at first, but Charlie's signal was almost unreadable, and so was Dave. And I think Glenn called in, but pretty much unreadable. Yeah, there's a storm going on, I think, between here and Rock Hill, and there's some significant static crashes that are obliterating some of the signals, and they are one after the other. So we haven't had any report on the lightning detector yet, but I think it'll be coming soon, because it was supposed to be headed northeast, and that should be up this way. Well, yeah, I thought someone was tuning up on Charlie's signal at first, and they weren't heterodyning with my receiver, and I at first thought Charlie's signal was just totally unreadable because of the static crashes, but then I realized someone was tuning up. So anyway, but he's still very, very low in signal strength. So with that, I will turn. Everybody else is fairly strong. I don't understand it. So over to KN4R, WB4ARK.
Okay, buddy, very good. WB4ARK and the Sunday Old Friends. This is Brian, KN4R, on the GRC9 and a little amplifier running about 65 watts or so into an ANFED half wave. Beautiful day here in Sherrills Ford, bit hot. We actually had a nice shower last afternoon and evening. We have a new weather station here, and it was showing 1.23 inches, which we needed. So anyway, it's a nice day here. You can tell it's the start of the July 4th weekend because a lot of people are on the lake. So anyway, the signals aren't real strong in some cases, but that's okay. Copying everybody 100%. So over to you, John, KZ4B in
and the old friends. This is KN4R.
Okay, KN4R and the group KZ4B. Oh, fine business, Brian. Conditions here are pretty lousy. I could not hear Charlie hardly at all. There's heavy QS Baker, even on Steve, who's typically quite strong, up and down. And but anyway, that's just the way it is, and I hope it improves as darkness approaches. I do not know who to turn it to since I could not hear net control, so I'm going to turn it back to Charlie, and whom I so far can't hear. The noise here is S9, sort of an AC buzz, and most signals on average are beating that out by a decent margin. But again, conditions are not good, at least on Charlie. So back to you, Charlie. W4MEC and the group KZ4B, over.
Okay, Charlie, it's WB4NKL. I copied everybody here, but got some QRN, and the signals are probably a little weaker than normal, but like Brian said, no problems copying. We got sunny skies and 87 degrees and humid. The feels like temperature, they say, is 95, so good day to stay indoors. We've had storms every evening. I come out and I have to unhook the antennas. I hear lightning, I see lightning and thunder rumbling, but so far it hadn't rained here at this location, but it's enough to keep me off the air at night on 160. I think it's a every night thing this past week. I got the luncheon coming up this week. I'm going to maybe try to attend that again. I've got a couple calls to make to see if things are going to be in place, and if they are, I will try to make the luncheon. So send it on down to you, John. K1 PVC, WB4NKL.
Yeah, thank you very much, WB4NKL and the group K1 PVC. Great clip, and I was going to remind everybody about the lunch on Thursday also. Oh, it's hot here also. It's in the low 90s. I don't know the exact temperature, but it is what it is. And I'm running a radio that I've never ever used on AM before. I checked with Glenn, and he said it sounded okay, so I figured I'd put it on. It's a little Elecraft, the KX3 transceiver, and it has on AM about 4.5 watts output, which I'm driving my SP Expert 1.3 amplifier in the low power positions, putting about 200 watts of carrier, so I hope it sounds okay. It works fine on sideband and CW. This amplifier is the European version, and 5 watts will give you 1,000 watts output, so on CW sideband. So I hope it's working okay. With that, I'll switch it back to you, Glenn, N4AK, K1PVC.
K1VBC, the old group, November 4 Alpha Kilo. You know, pretty warm over here at sunset this afternoon. It's 88 degrees, a bit cloudy. I feel very small, turned up off the ground. And the signal coming in this afternoon, Charlie, about as loud as I've ever heard you. Dave's got a great signal. You're balling in. And the rig this afternoon is my boat anchor, EX100, 100 watts, my HQ129X receiver. I'm receiving everybody, so buddy, I believe if I were you, I'd trade in whatever receiver you're using and get you a good Hammerlin HQ129X for you and John. So, sorry. WA4EVK, N4AK.
N4AK in the group, WA4EBK. I got good copy, most people. The people that I don't have are exactly the opposite of normal, so it's propagation. One or two have got really weak signals, and they're always the strongest, so nothing going on except some of the strange propagation. Speaking of that, after I got off the 160 net this week, day before yesterday, at 9 o'clock at night, I worked Wisconsin on 6 meters. Now, Marv tells me that that's been possible in the past, but I like to fell out of my chair at 9:20 at night, and I was able to talk to a couple of guys up in Wisconsin on 100 watts. So that one made my day. And by the way, Steve, I'm back on the 80 through 10 infed. I got it repaired with a broken wire, and while I was at it, I cleaned up everything and checked everything. With that, I think I've got it right. Over to WA4FJQ.
WA4EDK, this is WA4FJQ. Okay, thanks. Copying everybody pretty well, except Charlie and Cliff. For some reason, Cliff just disappeared in the noise. Yeah, I was hoping to get the PMR receiver up and going for the session this afternoon, but we developed a little problem with the VFO tube, so I'm on the IC 7300 feeding the Centurion in, so at least there's a little bit of vintage there, but the static crashes are pretty bad, and the QSB is pretty bad here in High Point. But other than that, we're hoping to get some rain. Several of you guys said you got a pretty good rain. I wish we could get one. My wife took the dog out for a walk, and she went down 3 or 4 blocks and came back soaking wet. And it's dry as a desert here. Go figure. At any rate, let me turn it down to Jimmy, I think, is who I'm supposed to send it down to. K4JAL, this is WA4FJQ.
WA4FJQ, K4JAL. Well, I believe it's my turn. Waves of QSB today. Doing the best I can. I'm on the ART-13 and listening on the Drake 2A. Heard Dave's got one. Glad you got one, Dave. They're good little rigs. I found out one thing today. Working on British sports cars and religion don't mix. Finally got the master cylinder out and the new one ready to go back in as soon as I bleed it. It should have been a very easy job, but it wasn't. So much for that. Back to you, Charlie. W4MEC, K4JAL.
Okay, Jimmy, K4JAL and the old friends, W4MEC. Do we have any further check-ins that would like to join us? Come now.
WFDU, Whiskey Foxtrot 2 uniform.
W4HDL, Georgia.
I got Mir and then a W4 station after him. Who's that?
W4HDL, Bethlehem, Georgia.
Okay, W4HDL, like the blood stuff. Okay. Mir, WF2U, you'll be after Jimmy. And W4HDL, you'll be after Mir. So go ahead, Mir, make a transmission, turn it over to HDL, and turn it back to me. WF2U, W4MEC.
Yeah, Roger.
Bethlehem, Georgia. You're my first QSO.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's a little staticky here. That's why I'm late, because I have to check the weather and the lightning around before I can check anyway. And I get my antenna hooked up to the station here, running the military Collins station from the 1960s, the GRC-19, which consists of the T195 transmitter and the R392 receiver
the transmitter is putting out 100 watts. And the antenna is also a military antenna that is in the kit with my GRC-1, the GRC 106 station in the shelter, in the GRC 142 shelter. And it's a field antenna. It's out to the correct length and temporarily suspended the center, one of the corners of the house. So that's what I'm using for an antenna now until I put up a new end fed halfway for his band. Everybody is pretty strong except for Jimmy. Jimmy is riding right over the noise level. And of course the R392 does not have a regular S meter. It's just a dBs over 1 microvolt. So anyway, everybody has strong signals with some QSB here and there, but no problems whatsoever. So with that, I'll give it to W4 HDL. This is WF to you.
Hey, W4 HDL, your turn, W4MC.
I think he transmitted while Mir was.
W4 HDL, a lot of lightning traffic here, but I did hear the last transmission. Very good.
Okay, yeah, you were doubling with Mir for your transmission, but we didn't copy any specifics. If you want to repeat your location, name, and all that stuff, we're standing by. Go ahead.
W4 HDL, Bethlehem, Georgia, and this is my first transmission on a TS-890S. TS-890S Kenwood. I just finally got working almost on Tibet.
Okay, we got QTH and Rig. What about your name?
Name's Hillary. Hotel, Sierra Lima, Alpha, Radio, Yokohama. Hillary.
Okay, like the mountain climber. Okay, Hillary, very good. Well, the rig is sounding good on AM. It's dialed in pretty good. Good audio with the amount of carrier you're getting up here. We've got QSB and all that. So if you're going to hang around to the next round here, you'll be after Mir and then back to me. So do we have any further check-ins that would like to join us? Come now. W4MC, the old friends. All right, now, Jimmy, I hope you're going to bleed that master cylinder before you hook it up to your brake lines. And if you don't have that kit, go. I think it's like $10 at Napa, and bleed that baby out. And because you got air in that, and you don't want to pump it all the way through your whole system. So let's see what else we got here. Signals. Well, actually. Buddy, you're about the weakest one. John is Q5 copy, and Brian's good, and Tom over there is actually beating them both of you at this QTH. So QSB, like Jimmy said, waves of QSB crashing down on us, but everybody's a good copy on this end. So just a typical Sunday afternoon in the summer on 75 meters. So let's go around at least one more time with WA4LLR. W4MEC.
Okay, Charlie, fine business, W4MEC, WA4LLR. Well, I'm copying everybody, no problem. And I haven't figured out the situation with Buddy and John because they're both strong here. So it's really strange. But anyway, just some QRA. The rain for the last 2 or 3 days has just danced all around us. A lot of people have been getting it. It's just been missing up here for some reason. Brian, it's really good up this way today. On the lunch coming up. The boat anchor station is doing a good job. And Boone, your infrared is sounding good up here. Not a whole lot going on this end of the spectrum. Just looking forward to better band conditions. Let's see, space weather is pretty calm. Sunspot number is 103. Solar flux index is 122, and the K is 2. So the geomagnetic field is pretty stable. And just a couple of items of interest from this day in history. On this day in 1995, the space shuttle docked with the Russian space station Mir for the first time. And on this day in 2007, Apple released the first iPhone. So, not a whole lot more. Anyway, I won't hold it, since band conditions seem to be kind of rough for a lot of folks. So we'll send it on around. Steve, down to you, N4LQ, WA4LLR.
Okay, WA4LLR, this is N4LQ. Well, copied everybody just fine, no problem. Some strong, some weaker, but, and welcome to Hillary. Hillary, name here is Steve, and the call is N4LQ, and I just happened to notice on QRZ the name of your street is my last name, so that's pretty cool. Not a whole lot of Ellington streets, Ellington Court I think that is, and my grandfather, one of the places he lived was named after him. It's called Ellington Court, but that's up in Kentucky. Anyway, let's see, the luncheon being Thursday, hope somebody can bring some junk to sell or give away, and if anybody needs or wants anything, let me know. And I guess Buddy is going to be looking for an HQ 129 if he follows the orders from N4AK. I bet you like that, Buddy. Anyway, just conditions. Brian's real strong here, and Buddy's sort of medium, pretty good. And but yeah, Brian's got one of the stronger signals, or at least you did. But everything will be different next round, I would think. And Boone, your wire is doing a much better job. The NFED sounds great here, good and strong. So I think you did yourself good. And John, BBC, okay on the KX3. Yep, pretty good sounding. Not quite a rice box. What do you call a solid state American rig like that? But doing a good job. So anyway, that's about it from here. Oh, I did make progress today. I'm digging out stairs in the hillside to finish the job I started 5 years ago. So got some more of that done, but I don't do very much. I'm afraid I'll sweat or something. So over to Buddy, WB4ARK, N4LQ.
N4LQ, WB4ARK. Well, check my SWR here. Looks good. Output is right up there where it should be. I don't think I need a 129. I'm going to pass on that one. I've got one of the best receivers in the country. So, and that ain't going to help the band conditions. Charlie's signal was still very, very weak. Dave, your signal came up at the end, and everybody else is fairly well copyable. John is copyable, and Steve and Brian's got a good signal. Of course, Brian's just around the corner. Jimmy was uncopyable. And I did get Hillary's name, but that's about all. Mir, you came up this time. You were totally copyable, good signal. I think you should stick with the antenna that you've got connected now, and don't change. So whatever you're doing with that antenna, it's working out real good. And K1VVC's got a very good signal. So that's about it. I'm going to say 73, listen to the end, and we'll hope for a better day on Tuesday. So with that, over to Brian, KN4R, WB4ARK.
Okay, buddy, very good. WB4ARK in the group. KN4R returning. Well, buddy, you had a really nice signal that time. You came way up, so hopefully I did as well. So copying everybody except for Hillary, but I want to say hello to Hillary. And nice to meet you. I'm Brian, KN4R. So let's see, Boone was the loudest the first round, and then Steve came way up. And but I'm copying everybody. Dave, thanks for the sunspot info and the history. And let's see, Boone, congratulations on Wisconsin on 6 meters. That's really great. And I should listen down there more. Looking forward to the luncheon on Thursday. I met some new hams here in my area. I joined I'm a member of a senior men's group, and they have a greasy spoon luncheon every month, and I went and out of the 8 guys that were there, 6 were hams, and but I don't think any of them are on HF. But some of them do hang around on the Lincolnton 440 repeater. So anyway, let's see, I've been working on a used golf cart. It had dead lead-acid batteries. I went ahead and bit the bullet and bought a 48-volt lithium battery, which I love, by the way. And I needed 12 volts for the lights and the turn signals, so I used one of those voltage converters, the buck converters that we talked about a while back. I think John had one, and it works beautifully. So anyway, I've been having fun. The wife and I have been riding around the neighborhood, going real slow, and it's amazing what you see when you're going so slow. We get to look at a lot of deer and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I'll hang around till the end, and take it away, John. KZ4B and the old friends. This is KN4R.
Okay, KN4R in the group. This is KZ4B. Fine business, Brian. Looking forward to the luncheon. I will be over at your place around the usual 9 o'clock-ish, if that's okay with you. And we can proceed to go to Steve's. Let me know if there's anything wrong with that plan. I heard Charlie about half of his transmission on the last go-round. There's heavy QS Baker here. Even on the strongest signals, Steve is insanely strong and then weak and then strong. Even Cliff, who's usually just steady strong, is not that strong today here. Hello to Hillary. I did not hear you at all, but that's not your fault. Like I say, I've got an S9 AC hum sounding noise level here that drowns out anybody that's below that level. And I was hoping to be on the air with the Amp Supply LK500ZB today, but I didn't get far enough along, and hopefully that will happen in the not too distant future. Made progress on the broadcast transmitter. I've got everything wired in the power supply except the connection from the rectifiers and capacitors and load resistors to the transformers. And I need a large quantity of ring terminals to tie onto the transformers, so I went to West Marine that had about the best selection of ring terminals anywhere around. And they only had one box that I could use, and I needed to buy 4 or 5. And I don't know if it's the Chinese tariff issue or what, but they were slap out of just about everything. So I'm still on a hunt for ring terminals. I'm sure I'll find them somewhere. I haven't hit Lowe's and Home Depot yet, but I mean, they used to have everything, and they have, by the way, the best quality hookup wire. It's all tin-plated, fine stranded marine grade wire, and I bought it. They had plenty of wire, so I bought plenty of that. Very good stuff. They don't give it away, but it's even better than MT machine tool wire, which is what I usually use. But that's usually just it's a fine stranded but bare copper. It's not plated, and the plated copper solders so much better than bare copper, although either one does okay. But I guess it's the time for shortages. Whenever I need something, that makes it hard to find, if you know what I mean. I'm sure that experience is being shared by many. So, I have rambled on enough. I know it goes to Cliff. Since I could hear Cliff, I couldn't hear Charlie at the time. So over to you, Cliff. WB4N, and you're weaker than usual. WB4NKL, KZ4B, over.
Okay, John. Well, it's WB4NKL. You came way up that go around. You're about 40 over here. So I guess it's just your local noise problem there. It's causing some trouble. I didn't hear Hillary here. I didn't get his call. I was going to look him up on QRZ, but I didn't get his call either. So I was wondering what his location is. Hillary, if you can hear me, I'm Cliff, located in Limestone, Tennessee. So maybe our distance away. I'm not sure, or just bad conditions maybe. John, the helicraft sound real good here. As good as anything you've ever run, I think. So I guess that's a good go-to there. It sounds like it's probably easy to fire up and get on the air. Not much tuning there. So send it on around. Nothing else new to report here. K1VBC, WB4NKL.
Yeah, very good. WB4NKL in the group K1VBC, copying everybody much better. And Mir, I will say, your signal here is the best I've heard it in months. So whatever antenna you're using, it's working real well. Mir and I got together for our usual monthly lunch on Friday at our favorite restaurant and spent a good hour together just chatting about everything in general. Had a good time. And looking forward to lunch on Thursday. When I give a woman there, every month I give her a piece of paper with the date of our next lunch and just put ready up. I think I'll start putting down double fried okra if I know John's coming. So looking forward to seeing everybody at the lunch on Thursday. And well, we had a really strong storm a few days ago. Got an inch and a half of rain and wind gusts over 70 miles an hour. But since then, we've missed all the rain, and it's been kind of a quiet weekend. Didn't do too much. Luckily, my son came over today with his tractor and bush hogged the fields, which have to get done once a month, and so I'm not the one that's going to be doing it, that's for sure. So with that, over to you, Glenn, N4AK, K1VVC.
All right, John, K1VVC of the group, N4AK. Well, boy, with all the winds, I hope all your neighbors had their planes inside or staked down. So anyway, that's pretty good. It's kind of amazing that I'm here on Highway 11, and Highway 11, of course, is taking the easy path between little mountain ridges. I got mountain ridges behind me and in front of me, and kind of amazing all these signals popping down here so good today. Interestingly, I forgot all about field day. I had decided what my ID number would be and all that, and I forgot all about it. So I heard where a few fellows were visiting around on field day sites. Probably not as, it doesn't seem like it's quite as big as it used to be. Boone, all right, on 6 meters. It seems like I always miss out on that. I used to monitor, you know, with a TV, when the old-fashioned TVs were on like 2 meters, I could monitor that years ago, and you could tell what signal was on. Hillary, if he's comping W4HDL, my name is Glenn, Golf Lima, Echo November. We're located in Sunset, South Carolina, near Pickens, South Carolina. So anyway, there we are. I'll pass it on to Boone. And Boone, your signal is really popping in here even though we're local. So keep that antenna here. I have the same comment John had. You're stronger than you've been in, I think, in several years. Anyway, sounded good today. WA4EVK, N4AK.
N4AK, WA4EVK. Oh, Glenn, I'm glad I got this antenna repaired. It had a broken wire. And I've got to confess, the 6 meter contact was accident. I was sitting here adjusting the modulation on Thor 6 and happened to look over the display screen from my SDR, which was tuned to 6 meters. I was picking up stray RF off of the dummy load I was using with the Thor 6 and thought, wow, there's some signals there. And sure enough, there were several signals on the band, and I went down to 50.130 sideband and made the contacts in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. And Hillary, I could see your carrier. I could not copy the audio, right on the ragged edge of it, and wanted to say welcome. And with that, I'm going to turn it on over to WA4FJQ to take it. WA4EVK.
WA4EVK, this is WA4FJQ. Okay, well, welcome, Hillary. Name here is Tom in High Point, and the copy is pretty good from everybody, but the lightning crashes are really giving this AGC on this IC 7300 a rough time. I turned off the AGC and it sounded like the lightning crashes were a pistol going off in the shack, so I had to turn it back on, and of course every big blast just knocks it down for a couple of seconds or so. You only have a choice of medium and slow. So at any rate, I've been playing a little bit with that. I haven't turned this radio on in God knows how long. I've been using a little Hermes Light kit type thing for my digital stuff. At any rate, conditions overall pretty good, and I mean in the sense of being able to copy these folks in spite of all the crashing and banging. But that's about all I've got to say. I'll turn it down to Jimmy. K4JAL, WA4FJQ.
WA4FJQ. Hard to get that one out, Tom. K4JAL. Well, I hope my signals come up. I'm not hearing some people at all. I couldn't hear Mir, and he couldn't hear me. And Hillary, I got to know about him. He didn't even show up on the Canada anyway. Yeah, Charlie, I've got a little rig that hooks up to the spare tire at 20 PSI, and I can use that to heat the master cylinder before I put it back on the car. I wouldn't think so. if info works, or Miss Helen will have to sit over there and talk. Okay. Over to you, Mary, if you can WF4. Good grief.
Roger.
K4JAL.
Roger, K4JAL and the net. This is WFTU. Yeah, I copy you, Jimmy. Not very strong, but 100%. You way above the noise level, but not as strong as some of the stations. Have absolutely no problems copying. And the only problem I had is with Hillary's signal, that I got only maybe 50%. And thanks for the reports on the antenna. It's in a temporary place and it's too low. The ends are only about 3 feet from the ground. It's hung up in the middle, in the corner of the house, and the configuration is inverted V, and I'll just have to get some more wire to build my end fed for 80 meters, because the old wire is in 3 pieces. A big oak tree fell right in the middle of the antenna. He's just chopped it up. So this is a temporary one. And what else? Yeah, John, it was as usual. Was fun to have lunch. It's a really nice place. We always have good food there, and then it's also convenient to do shopping, whatever is necessary on Wade Hampton, and it's a pretty convenient thing. Anyway, so Brian, your signal came up. You were just booming in. Good to hear the GRC9. I should get it out, and I have the original military amplifier for it, which puts out about 65 watts or so. And I used to use it a lot on the old military radio net AM session, when I was able to get up that early and had nothing much else to do. Anyway, so as I said, everybody is strong, but I can't get S figures because of the meter on the R392. So with that, it goes to Hillary. Just in case you haven't heard, my name is Mayor Mike Echo India Romeo, and I'm in the Landville, South Carolina area, not in town, just outside in the county. So, W4HDL, this is Whiskey Foxtrot 2 Uniform.
Whiskey Foxtrot 2 Uniform, W4HDL. I just was receiving a 40-meter dipole way back, and it seems a lot quieter, but I'm on spot 75, 80-meter inverted V, but it's near the house, and I wasn't hearing a lot of guys. So, as I said, this is the first transmission I've made on my Kenwood PS890. I'm still working optical networking and Wi-Fi. And I do all the VMI, RFI, engineering, laser compliance. So, but I have a lot of radios. I have a Hammerlin 129X in the basement. That's the first really good SWL and ham radio I had in 1969 as a novice. And it still works, and I've calibrated it. I just trying to look for a new RF tube. There's a 6X8 mod or something like that. I've never found the circuit for it. I got the tube though. I'm not sure who's on next, but the lightning just took out too many of the calls I tried to copy. Where are you guys actually meeting at? I don't want to go long here, but where are you guys meeting? In Georgia, Carolina, or where at? Let me just pass this on. Thanks.
Okay, Hillary, W4HDL, and the old friends, W4MEC. Well, good. Well, we meet once a month in Spartanburg, South Carolina, at the Golden Corral, off of Highway 29 and I-26, and it's kind of central to most of us. A couple of fellas come from as far as Lake Norman over by Charlotte and over from Pickens, and they're trying to talk Tom into come over from High Point, but that's a stretch there. So, and we got a fella that comes up from Myrtle Beach once in a great while. So, but we meet there once a month from around 11 a.m. and have lunch and chit-chat, and a lot of times people swap gear in the parking lot, buy stuff, sell stuff, give stuff away. So, yeah, I got several HQ129Xs in the group here. I have one also, and that's a very nice receiver. I don't know anything about modifications to it. They're pretty much stock around, I guess. So. Okay, well, we got time enough for a 73 round here. The conditions for all stations is quite variable. Between the first round and the second round, who was strong was weak, and who was weak was strong, and Glenn almost faded out completely on me. So the ionosphere is not very stable for this local net today. So let's go. We can do a quick 73 round and get through everybody if everybody keeps to the 73 part. I only got Buddy marked out, so I'm not sure who else is still with us, but we'll find out. WA4LLR in the group, W4MEC.
Well, I guess LLR is gone. No Dave, N4LQ. All right, well, I plan to be there, and John and Brian, welcome to come along. Thursday morning, around 10 o'clock or so, we'll leave. And I do have some R390As that I would sell if somebody is interested. We've talked about those before, R390A and Knight T150. Knight T150, if anybody wants one. I've got one here that needs a new home. So, other than that, we'll see you tonight on 160, if possible, on 1864. Love to have you. Over to Brian. KN4R, N4LQ.
Okay, Steve, very good. N4LQ in the group. KN4R, very good. Well, your signal came up, Steve. I mean, you're booming in here, and copied everybody, except for Hillary, but that's okay. I'm going to look him up on QTH, and glad to have him here with the group here. So, let's see what I've got. John, the KX3 on AM sounds really good here, so congratulations on that. And I don't have much else, but John and Steve, Steve, we'll plan to be at your house at 10 a.m. on Thursday, and away we go. So looking forward to it, and I'll try to find a few things to put in the trunk as well. Who knows? So let's see. Buddy, take it away. WB4ARK in the group, KN4R73.
Yeah, he's gone. Pick it up, John, KZ4B.
KZ4B here. Thanks, Brian. I'm looking forward to making it to your house on Thursday and us going to Steve's. It's going to be a lot of fun. And Steve, don't let me forget to pick up that Q5er that you mentioned a week or so ago. Wouldn't mind getting my hands on that to improve the selectivity of PMR8 or 7 for that matter. So, Hillary, the handle of John, the QTH is Lake Norman, if you can hear me. I'm on the Mooresville side, about 2 miles from I-77. And if you can hear me, I still cannot hear you. but conditions today are lousy. Normally they're a whole lot better, so don't give up. And that's about it from here. So I guess from me it goes to Cliff. Cliff, if you haven't signed out, and WB, and thanks for calling the net, Charlie. WB4NKL and the group KZ4B, over and clear.
KZ4B, WB4NKL. Everybody come in that time. I got even copied Hillary that go around, so I guess the conditions are improving. 673s, and like I say, I'll try to get the luncheon into the plans. I got to make a couple phone calls, check on some stuff, and go from there. 73s, and thanks for calling it, Charlie, and try to catch everybody Tuesday. Go ahead, John. K1VVC, WB4NKL. John, you still with us? K1VVC? I guess not, so Glenn, in for AK.
Okay, yeah, I guess John's gone. So, Charlie, thanks very much for calling the net for us, and it's so interesting. Your signal down here has been rock solid the entire time. Very little, if no QSB, and very loud. So whatever your new antenna is certainly better than what you were running last year. Anyway, and Boone, you finally got into the system work. So anyway, enjoyed it this afternoon. WA4EVK, N4AK73.
N4AK, WA4EVK. Little pop-up storm over here. I'm getting out of here in a hurry. Charlie, is this the weekend you have the other meeting? I mean, the Tuesday you have the other meeting?
Negative, I'm home.
All right, good deal. I'm going to get out of here because it's getting a little close. 73s, everybody, and see you in Spartanburg. WA4EVK's clear.
WA4FJQ from WA4EVK. Yeah, okay, Charlie. Thanks for calling the net. I guess it's my turn. I couldn't copy Boone very well at all. The QSB has really eaten my lunch. At any rate, thanks for calling the net. And Hillary, welcome. And I couldn't copy you at all, but as I think John said, the band conditions are terrible, at least for the QSB and all the lightning crashes. Let's see. I'll turn it down to Jimmy.
WA4FJQ, K4JAL. Well, it was a pretty good net after all, wasn't it? Hillary, sorry I couldn't hear you, but I know I'll meet you later. Back over to you, Charlie. Thanks for doing the net. W4MEC, K4JAL.
Okay, Mary, still with us? WFTU?
Yeah, Roger. Okay, very good. Jimmy, that's evening. It went to me. Anyway, this is WFTU. 73 will have a good afternoon, good week. As usual, I can't get on the morning hits, but I'll see you all at the Golden Corral on Thursday. Looking forward to it. So, Charlie, thanks for running the net. Signals were mostly pretty good here, except for Hillary was a little bit on the weak side. I managed to copy almost 100% the last transmission. So 73, I'll take care and see if Hillary's still here. If not, then it's back to you, Charlie. W4 HDL, this is WFTU 73 all, and I'm listening to the end.
W4 HDL, W4 HDL here. W4 NBC, a basing signal. I may try to get up there and meet you guys Thursday 11 a.m. I got the information. I'm working, but I got some vacation time. I want to meet some people at AM. I love AM. Want to get going on this. So I just want to say thank inverted V that's not working well. I'm receiving on my 40-meter dipole farther in the woods, a cage dipole, and that's picking you guys up a whole lot better. So I just want to close 73 round and back to W4 NEC or whoever's next on the line. Thanks so very much for your patience. Good day, 73.
Well, Hillary, I don't know what you did, but you about knocked me out of my chair when you came back. I thought maybe you would turn on an amplifier, but you said you were just running 100 watts, W4 HDL, W4 MEC, so just a change in the bands here. And it sounds like you're still gainfully employed. We do meet twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 a.m., same frequency, and usually the band is a lot kinder to all of us then. So if you can make it to the lunch, we'll be glad to see you and meet you, and great group of fellows that show up and meet here on 3715, and I've been meeting here, I think, going on 27 or 28 years now. So thanks for checking in with us. Thanks for everybody that checked in on the Old Friends Net today. We'll see you on Tuesday morning. W4MEC shutting down the Old Friends Net. Bye-bye.